Governor Parkop begins campaign to rid boy stains. Father and son injured and a vehicle set alight. And a couple found dead while their son is missing.
This is the National EMTV News with Mary Bertulo.
A very good evening. Thank you for joining us for Monday's news. Governor Parkop today launched the Yumi Clinim Mosby campaign. The campaign will be carried out in the Boroko area as a pilot project before moving to other parts of the city. While it may be a challenge to ban betel nut altogether in Boroko, authorities want this campaign to be successful.
The Yumi Clinim Mosby campaign is another initiative of Governor Parkop to keep the city clean. Port Moresby is an ever-growing city, and the influx of people every day contribute to the overwhelming rubbish on the street.
Launch him as a campaign now to look at Clinim Mosby campaign, starting here at Boroko. Throw me rubbish here to the right place. It will be collected every day. Thank you, Emna. Campaign Yumi.
The Green Gold has again come under the spotlight. A boy ban put in place by Governor Parkop's last term has been enforced as NCD approaches the Apex Summit. Member for Moresby Northeast John Cowper, present at the campaign launch, said they are not trying to remove the betel nut, but only to regulate it.
Boy, me must talk straight. Boy, any custom, tradition, culture go one day. Midla Honorable Governor Mibla Benin boy. City manager is Benin boy. Also city manager talk finish. We will regulate it, we will make it proper so that everybody we must come to a win-win situation. Online blow make your blow you must have a mass. Online the wholesale dealer must have a mass.
Keeping Port Moresby stain-free has come with many human rights issues of sellers being chased, bashed, and even an attempted rape case. Governor Parkop's solution this time around is to contract a private security firm to catch culprits breaking the city ban.
Securing the service of cop security, and we are going to deliver. It's already happening. Amihamas. Already police blow you too, outstanding up to now. In the beginning, you make some name no good, running online go come. But I want to assure you all our people, we have learned the hard way. We are going to show a different image now to get you all to cooperate.
On other issues such as potholes, littering and petty crimes, Governor Parkop says he will not blame residents but those who occupy the city hall.
Excuse anymore. We can't blame our people anymore. We can continue to harass our people. If there is any problem, you got potholes, pull up Mosby, rubbish is not collected, people are speeding, they don't care about the environment, they don't care about our city. It's my fault, it's your fault, it's our deputy city manager's fault, it's NCDC's fault too.
Boroko will become the first suburb to have a full boy ban in place. Rubbish bins have been put in place 20 meters apart, and corporate security will be on foot patrol to find any city resident caught chewing and selling the green nut.
When you clean yourself, when you clean your city, when you clean your community here in Boroko, you are doing a great service to your nation and to the future generation.
Adelaide Siraks Kari, National EMTV News.
An incident in the Moresby South Electorate during this morning's rush has left a father and son injured and a vehicle in ruins. The vehicle belonging to the United Church was set alight after it hit a father and son attempting to cross the road near the overhead bridge at Koki. There was no police presence when traffic came to a standstill, and opportunists helping themselves to vehicle parts before setting the blue CRV alight. The driver of the vehicle also fled the scene. Meanwhile, the father and son, who were in a critical condition, were rushed to the Port Moresby General Hospital. 6.5 million kina was handed to the government by Barrick New Guinea Limited today for relief efforts in earthquake-struck areas. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says more work needs to be done, and all financial support received so far will help the coordination teams. Medical supplies are now reaching people in remote areas of Hela, Western Highlands and Western Provinces.
The management of Barrick New Guinea Limited presented a check to Prime Minister Peter O'Neill and the National Disaster and Emergency Coordination Team this morning in Port Moresby. Despite being affected as well, Barrick says restoring lives is the priority for both the government and developers.
It is clear that rebuilding the affected regions will require significant resources for immediate relief and ongoing recovery efforts. Today, Barrick New Guinea Limited will be contributing approximately 6.5 million kina to these efforts. We hope that these contributions will provide much needed urgent relief to those who are suffering as a consequence of the disaster and assist in longer-term recovery efforts over the months to come.
The logistics support to distribute relief and medical supplies has soared in the past weeks. The Prime Minister says the 6.5 million will be used by the coordination team to assist supplies reach affected people.
6.5 million kina is a huge amount, a huge help, and that will go in so far as helping our communities that have been worst affected by this earthquake.
The 6.5 million will assist transporting of relief and medical supplies and also the restoration of services.
While we've got money in the account, a lot of that is committed. Roadworks are around 40 million, I think, just for clearing all those landslips and re-clearing them with aftershocks, etc. And the bridges, which is another major issue. A lot of those bridges are in need of urgent repair, so we've got to go and now work on the bridges.
With reports of waterborne diseases and treated diseases on the rise in affected communities, controller of the National Disaster and Emergency Coordination Team says medical supplies is now the priority.
We're moving into with the Department of Health into providing cold chain stuff for equipment for vaccines. They're being released from the customs and they're being shipped up to those locations as we speak. That will allow vaccines to be sent in there so that we can keep the people healthy. Not only feed them, but we've got to keep them healthy, otherwise we lose everything. So very important to maintain the health of the people up there.
As of 15 March, 55 sites has been delivered food, water, medical supplies and other necessary basic needs. About 30 more sites are yet to be reached. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
Operations at Porgera Gold Mine were severely affected due to the earthquake last month. Inconsistent power supply, which has affected the mine's operation, has been a problem. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says the government is working closely with the management of Barrick New Guinea Limited to restore normal operations.
The source of power is now under maintenance and has been affected by the earthquake as well. So they themselves are being affected, the operations are being affected by this disaster as well. So we will work closely with them to try and bring back the normal operations.
Speaker of Parliament Rob Pomat has confirmed the recalling of the House to discuss and consider emergency laws of the country. In a written letter, the Speaker said Parliament will meet tomorrow, the 27th of March at 2 p.m. The Speaker says by virtue, the Governor-General, Sir Bob Dadai, has approved NEC's advice to discuss current emergency laws. Speaker Pomat has urged all members of Parliament to attend the urgent meeting. Business and community leaders of Southern Highlands want Thomas Elu to remain as the provincial administrator. They say the province must not face another political disaster with political appointments. The leaders call on the national government and NEC to be fair and let Elu complete his leadership.
The community leaders are from both the private and public sector. They flew to Port Moresby yesterday to air their concerns over the appointment of Thomas Elu as acting provincial administrator for Southern Highlands.
Now, karam kangen timigam, kangen manigam lo changing place plongan. Sambla lo sile mimpini sabe finish plongan. Amina nupla manu pla karamigam. I'm also now in a time of politics.
Their concern comes as rumors of appointing another administrator for Southern Highlands. They say Elu has done a tremendous effort in grinding the public service mechanism and he must continue his work.
Plenty problem, even come up inside the Southern Highlands. Now me like sim this opportunity, lo thank him NEC when the Prime Minister lo make him Thomas Elu, a neutral person, lo come control him Southern Highlands as an administrator. come now straight implant something. It's wrong inside the province.
Southern Highlands has been hit hard with many issues. The election-related violence, the recent earthquake, and now the leadership for the provincial administrator. The concerned leaders say the government and NEC must be fair in making the next decision for the province.
Any help that has been sought from donor agencies, the government must reach the people. As I'm talking, the people are still out there without any canvas, no drinking water, no utensils, nothing. They're still out there because there are 2, 3, 4 different committees doing the same work, and people don't know where they will get their help from.
The leaders will be attending tomorrow's parliament session. They say all they want is for people not to face another disaster but receive the type of help by provincial authorities.
Me appeal long NEC long make him decision tomorrow. Now extend him this time. Long Thomas Elu can continue lo sabi going up long December or after the LLG election. Yes. You can make him permanent administrator.
Jack Lapave Jr., National MTV News.
Still to come on National MTV News, Western Governor calls for transfer of Octedi share certificate, conman arrested in Madang, and Governor Jufa speaks out against illegal logging. Those stories and more after these messages. Welcome back to the news. The Governor for Western Province is calling on the Prime Minister to intervene in the transfer process for the share certificate for Octedi mine in Western Province. According to Governor Thabo Yoto, bureaucratic delays at the Internal Revenue Commission have prevented the certificates from being officially transferred and by doing so, prevented the Western Province from receiving much-needed dividends from OTML. Speaking in Port Moresby recently, Western Governor Thabo Yoto was disappointed with the slow progress in transferring the 33% share certificate in the Octedi mine to the people of Western Province. This despite an NEC decision to transfer these shares to the province in 2014. He says the process is being delayed by the Internal Revenue Commission. Therefore, the Governor has called on the Prime Minister to intervene in this important issue.
I am calling on him to intervene and instruct the Internal Revenue Commission to fast-track the issuance of the share certificates of the 33% share equity in Octedi.
According to Governor Yoto, the delay by the IRC is unnecessary as the provincial government had already committed to paying the required stamp duty.
Looking at about 3 to 5 million, and my government is ready to pay for the share certificates. It's called a stamp duty fee.
The effect of this delay, according to Governor Yoto, will be felt across the province, as the province had hoped to use the dividends from OTML to fund a portion of development programs. His stance supported by Northfly MP James Donald.
We are yet to receive what is duly, rightfully belongs to the people of Western Province. There are every time mistreatments, the way I can put, is because we are not guided well, and there's a lot of gross directions.
In voicing his concern, Mr. Donald also added that the province continued to be left behind, especially at a time when the dividend payments were withheld due to a lengthy bureaucratic process.
We have received so far 18 million, only up to 2015, and that's it.
Madang police have arrested a man on Saturday for conning a number of students. The man of Madang and East New Britain parentage conned the students to register in a life skills school he claimed to own and operate in Madang. Police arrested him after 28 students from the East New Britain province who enrolled with the institution raised a complaint.
These 3 students were part of the 51 students this man cheated. 28 of the students are from East New Britain province. 8 of them are female students. Most of them are grade 10 and 12 school leavers below the age of 20. They say the man has an office in Rabaul and was communicating with a known pastor in Rabaul who distributed the application forms. The students got the application forms and applied to attend the training. The 28 students from East New Britain province say this man conned them that the institution was an affiliate of Divine Word University.
Sa application form ya. all toko sem school mem stop inside lo divine word lo campus be divine word na ba mi plus school inside it lo sem campus be divine word. Go now sem mi plus just ama master so lo kisi disla all foreman and mi plus film. Go now sem disla poneme pasta ya. O sem memo lo contact quante principal lo o se lo toki memo sem igatol number do student o se lo rabol mi pla o se give him all name lo mi pla finish. Se na tu pa start contact now tu pla make all way lo mi pla comes los sem school lo disla school. Okay, by the time mi pla come mo sem mi pla find out o sem school no stop inside lo campus be divine word. Ko now sem mi pla just stop tasol now because I think pasta tu yo sem no sabe lo disla school. But I think lo gyaman lo disla principal ya. I think em saringi mem ko em sa gyaman mem lo tok.
The students applied and were asked to pay 1,051 kina and had to make their own way to Medang.
Labin kama bloya lo sla DM kisimi plan bla konta wasim lo jomba. Konta lo jomba names lo aus lo tuya Catholic aus lo tuya so mi plan lo sla usnem to kosem sla Mary Solim kiblo rumia ausia em no stop. Kaya kisim lago beken abinun longen em to kosem ol boys bol sliban tablo EBC guest house ya. Ben em golo simple boys and tawol girls so sliban tem tamlo lo naudislap tamlo lo malabore. Gomi plus sliban tablo EBC blo triple night now. Ben lago beken tamlo sem low blood is like guest house 3 nights ta so bol sleep long no na warim 3 nights na go. And after lo 3 nights am kisim mi blood boys go down ken am kisim lo sim blood tamlo lo sisiak tu am token blossom ban stop long ablo slape am save up we got fence around him house lights tabo ka time blogo kan kamap tamlo am no got fence one him.
Long-time resident of Medang, Daniel Kapen from East New Britain found out about the students and took them into his house and reported the matter to police.
And he mentioned that some of the students were from my village. And so I decided to drive up with my wife. So we came across the students who were living in a residence up at Millock Street. That's up in Newtown. And so I parked my vehicle at the gate and I called one of the students to come. And I asked him what were they doing there, and they said they were attending some kind of studies in that residence. And so I asked them how many of them, and they said there were about 28 of them. They have traveled all the way from East New Britain, Rabaul, to come and attend to that school. But as far as I know, I've been living in Newtown and especially Medang province for the past 20 years. I've never heard of any institution or any school around that Newtown area, because that's all residential areas, and next to that is the settlements around that area.
Most of the students are new in Medang and have been here since February. They say he had been accommodating them in a semi-permanent house at Sisiak 2, where they were recently robbed of all their valuables. At around 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, Medang police went to Millock Street at Newtown, where he recently accommodated the students. He was arrested and taken to the Jomba police station for questioning. He was detained at the Jomba police cells for further questioning by investigators before appropriate charges can be laid against him. Mathaluwis, National EMTV News, Medang.
After years of neglect, Kimadan Sub-Health Centre in New Ireland Province will upgrade its TB ward. Namatanai MP Walter Schnobelt visited the health centre to present financial assistance worth 80,000 kina. Sister in charge, Anna Rose, said since the establishment of the health centre, no funding of such amount was received. The funding is from the Namatanai District and Services Improvement Programme funding. The health centre serves about 11,000 people from Karu to Kronos and to the islands of Tabar. Collingwood Bay in Ora Province has become a hot topic on social media in the recent past. Northern Province Governor Gary Juffa has condemned the ongoing project, stating that these are illegal logging operations. With so much controversy, the landowners have reached out to the media to make known what has and is actually happening.
With the backing of PNG Forest Authority and Forest Minister Douglas Tomuriesa, the landowners confidently stated that there are no illegal logging happening on portions 135, 136, and 137. This was in response to recent comments and actions of Northern Governor Gary Juffa towards the logging operation. Earlier this month, Governor Juffa stated that under the guise of agriculture, illegal logging is happening and destroying the waterways and streams. He is also adamant that portions 135, 136, and 137 are all state property.
Areas affected are portion 135, 136, and 137. How those titles were obtained, we are in the process of investigating, but we are firmly in the belief that these are state titles.
General Manager for the Landowner Development Company, Eyesore Development Corporation Limited, Nathan Dave, says the Forest Clearance Authority is for a cocoa plantation project and a forest plantation of 10,000 hectares. He says there is nothing illegal about the project, and the developer has followed the development plans.
Titles and the legality of the land that is called portions 135, 136, and 137, mill in Skupari, 4 Mill Tufi, Northern Province, is at rest. The legitimate owners are here.
He also said that for 42 years, Collingwood Bay has been neglected by levels of government. The landowners have taken the initiative to help their own people so services can be provided into the area.
Very, very remote area from Popondetta, the administration and the government does not access us. There is no road, there is no airstrip, there is no practical, no government service.
Since the 8th of March, the project has come to an abrupt stop. The police officers from Popondetta have confiscated a majority of the project machinery.
Facing my evils, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong. You just got to wait and give me the time to do what I want to do on my private land and state land that I have genuine titles to. I even have the government gazettes to the portions. It's all in here.
Not where we just go and harvest and walk away. And this program that the landowners have put in place has complied to every relevant laws of this country.
Lilian Soperakinea, National MTV News.
Here with National MTV News, we'll have more of the day's other stories when we come back. Welcome back to the news. Peter Yama says major projects planned for Madang are on hold after the Waigani National Court ordered a recount for the Madang regional seat. He says projects like the PMIZ, construction of a 4-lane road and airport will have to wait. He appealed to the people of Madang to remain calm and allow the court process to continue.
M2 tribal project I'm giving me plan. Number 3, and PMIZ. Almost about 600,000-700,000 kina. Big black project from me PMIZ. And then now only approved finish you may start drawing down money now. And big black work from me stop yet. On top of this you make a review blong mining blong yeah, Ramoniko. On top of this you make a review blong on all big black projects na bodin chalo medeng o some already tuna MOA. Long black time only stop now in pieces na you know what MOA blong me you mean review me yet. Or timber company blong me in chalo medeng. All this big work start yet. And this was yung government blong medeng me here to go pass. Me now okay man taking no kisimol yang bla lona order blong madang town go bagara. All same now. Me kasi mo yang bla mi bla stable street lo medeng town. All the dropouts. All looking plan the heavy lo medeng. So mi bla papa mama kare mo lo ino blong bagara be mall. Give more money lo police lo chile mall shoot mall put mall lo karabus na so no ga. So mi pa ni sambla ka no bla idea na. Tini blong government long give him one second chance na. You put him on go back to school. So this la initiative me working. So first line blong go long Philippines 130 students by man married by go long Philippines. Me cut the money budget finish la disla. Me give 1 million go finish no school. Me blaga 2 million kina lo buy. So me play go visit him school finish. You may start la work him la work now. Every pandemic again now. So all this plan project you may la work him. Big work you may la work him. And now start long you may got all back now. All back now. Sorry. Also, but me asking people long madam. People must start on the one bell, you must pray, thinking strong, look sabe also. When something mila okay, blah good blah blah you blah people blah madam. Long blah time come.
Still in Madang, 80-year-old Maureen Hill, who has been living in Madang for more than 40 years, wants to see more health awareness carried out within the province. Speaking in her capacity as president of the Country Women's Association, she says too many women are dying from breast and cervical cancer, but most do not know what to do or how to get help. She made these remarks during the National Women's Day celebrations on Saturday by women in Madang.
On Saturday, women from all walks of life gathered at the country's Women Association or CWA in Madang to celebrate National Women's Day. The day headed by CWA was celebrated to encourage particularly the involvement of women in Madang. CWA President Maureen Hill said CWA is an establishment that the Australian government left behind.
Our main role, of course, is with any money we use for our early childhood health and early childhood kindergarten, long place, our health programs, the domestic family violence program, and for a long time childbirth programs. We do have a few issues in that we need more trained people to work with us, but nobody profits from the CWA organisation. All our money goes into helping women's programs in Madang province.
Mrs. Hill added health awareness is lacking in the province. She recalled when she first came to Madang, there were more awareness and immunization kits taken into villages. Today, all these health outreach programs are not happening.
And we would take things to, immunisation for the children and that, but now that's not happening. So really I would like to see that old system going back, where the medical people go and call and give health awareness to women in particular. Unhealthy women means unhealthy families. Yeah.
Martha Louise, National EMTV News, Madang.
The cancer unit in Leh needs a new cobalt machine. That is according to Health Secretary Parkop. A technical team and the National Health Department is currently working with the Angau Hospital Management to rebuild this service. The strength of the cobalt has reduced, meaning the cobalt used is not enough to dose radiotherapy treatment for cancer patients.
The cobalt machine at the National Cancer Treatment Centre in Leh has reached half of its lifespan. This means that the cobalt dosage of radiotherapy treatment given to patients will not be enough. National Secretary for Health Parkop says the current cobalt machine needs to be replaced.
At the moment, the technical advice that we are getting, the strength of that cobalt has been reduced drastically. So there's a need to get a new one.
The cobalt machine in Leh is the only one in the country. Cancer patients nationwide are referred to this centre to get treatment.
So at the moment, the technical team and our team are working with the management of Angau Hospital to rebuild that services again.
The task to manage the cancer unit was transferred to Angau Hospital last year. Mr. Kasi says in terms of service delivery, this arrangement will be more effective.
That should be given to the hospitals to do instead of the health department, because that's not our responsibility.
The cancer unit has been allocated 30 million kina in this year's national budget.
Angau, the briefing I'm getting from the CEO of Angau Hospital is that they also have a plan and they will be rebuilding the cancer services here in Angau. So,
Lucy Kopana, National EMTV News, Leh.
To one of our top stories, a family of 3 has been killed in floods during the weekend at Bans in Jiwaka province. Locals have retrieved the bodies of the husband and wife, but the rescue team is still searching for their 4-year-old son. River Mombol in North Wagi Electorate burst its banks in the early hours of Saturday, leaving many homeless.
Acting Jiwaka Provincial Police Commander Inspector Horim Piamia confirmed that more than 100 houses have been swept away by the flood. The flood occurred on the early hours of Saturday morning at 2 a.m. after a heavy downpour. The villagers living near Waramombol were not prepared for the disaster as it never happened before. The family of 3 were the first to be swept away by the flood.
We just confirmed that about 95 houses, both permanent and semi-permanent houses were swept down the river by the flood. So far, I think we have confirmed that there was 3 deaths confirmed.
2 bridges bordering North Wagi and Jimmy Electorate also collapsed, cutting off Jimmy people from entering the township. More than 200 families lost their house, food gardens and properties during the flood. Today is the 3rd day after the flood, and these people are looking for food, clean water and shelter.
So no got one gaban kan na talk against la sabing bigla disaster kam mibla kam long helping bigla one plan no got one good la talk sabe long spla awesome nam lo got the community mibla start worry.
This afternoon, administration staffs of the North Wagi Electorate Office supplied food rations to the affected people. Almost 5 villages are affected by the flood and more than 2,000 people homeless. More than 10 people are also receiving treatment at the hospital. The National Disaster Center has already been alerted of this natural disaster. Vasanata Yama, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
You're watching National EMTV News. We go for a break now. When we come back, some sporting updates in Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. We begin with golf. The sport of golf has been boosted further by Kina Bank with a sponsorship of 22,000 Kina for the 2018 PNG Golf Pro-Am category. This will tee off a day prior to the start of the 2018 SP PNG Golf Open, which will be held from the 26th to the 29th of this month.
The PNG Financial Institute, Kina Securities, today reaffirmed its commitment to support the 2018 PNG Golf Pro Amateur category with 22,000 Kina sponsorship package.
Kina's always been a sponsor of the annual Pro-Am, but this year we wanted to take the lead position in terms of really supporting what is becoming a more major sporting event for the country.
On hand to receive the check was Royal Port Moresby Golf Club President Peter Del Monte, who was quite pleased for the timely gesture.
Importantly, I'd like to thank Kina Bank for supporting the 2018 Golf Pro-Am competition category. It's a great event, and Kina, I can see over the years of expanding their business, and it's great that they're partnering now with the golf club to build their business even further, and we really appreciate their support, so thank you very much.
The Pro-Am category has corporate teams playing with each team, including 3 players and the professional. The event's steady growth over the years now included 2 tee-off times that will be held in the morning and the afternoon of the day of the competition, with an estimated 150 players competing on the day. The Pro-Amateur event will be held on the 25th of April, a day prior to the start of the 2018 PNG Golf Open. The 2018 SP PNG Golf Open will be staged for the 3rd time on the ISPS Honda PGA Tour of Australasia, when it's hosted by Royal Port Moresby Golf Club from the 26th to the 29th next month. The 24th edition of the tournament, which first began as a pro-amateur event, will also feature last year's champion Corey Crawford. Shane Saroya, National EMTV Sports.
And just a correction there, the SPPNG Golf Open will take place on the 26th to the 29th of April and not this month, as I mentioned. Moving on, the 43rd National Game Fishing Titles in Lae is maintaining its momentum. 23 boats headed out, and by the day's end, 33 recorded captures, of which 19 were billfish. Judah Memafu is following the anglers.
All right, so this is day 2 of the fishing. How has it been for you so far?
It's been terrific. It's wonderful for SP. It's the first time that we've been one of the major sponsors. We love coming here to Lae. It's a terrific event, and we're really proud to be a major sponsor.
Yes, day 2 of the national fishing titles here in Lae. Another absolutely awesome day. The weather cleared up today, so anglers were greeted with sunny skies, and the fishing certainly didn't disappoint. We had 23 boats out on the water today, with a total of 33 captures. Of those 33, 19 of them were billfish, so another absolutely awesome day in terms of the marlin and sailfish still being out there. The highlight of the day probably was young Mike Brunskill. He's a boat boy here that works on one of the boats. He was in a team today and he nabbed himself a 111 kilo blue marlin on 24, so he was pretty stoked. And it was good to see the local boys getting amongst the action. Black Label's been going up to Tammy Island and fishing off there every day. They've got about 900 horsepower on the back, so they're able to get up there and get back pretty quickly. So, yes, the boys on there, they tagged another 4 today, so the fishing's certainly running hot up at the top of the Vidius. They are now out in front, but they're being closely followed by the boys on Seahawk, who tagged another 2 down towards Hotel 4 past towards Morribee Patrol Station. So, the fish are still there, and hopefully they stick around for the rest of the week. We've got the Trukai shootout on Wednesday, which is always a big day. 6:30 a.m. shotgun start from out the front of the marina here, and it's a kill comp, so we're looking for a billfish over 96 kilos. So that always generates a lot of interest.
Capital Insurance will provide insurance for Team PNG at the upcoming Commonwealth Games. Under this support, the Pacific's leading insurer will take care of the team's medical and travel insurance for the duration of the Games. Chief Insurance Officer David Lee told the athletes not to worry, but to focus on doing their best for the country. Deputy Secretary General of the PNG Olympic Committee, Andrew Lapani, thanked Capital Insurance, saying it's a great relief for athletes and officials. Capital Insurance was the official insurer of Team PNG at last year's Mini Pacific Games in Vanuatu, as well as the Asian Indoor and Mixed Martial Arts Games. We go for a break now. When we come back on Trukai Sports, the scandal that rocked Australian cricket, we'll have that and more after the break.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome back to Trukai Sports. To cricket overseas now, Steve Smith has been told not to leave Cape Town as Cricket Australia's investigators arrived to interview players about the ball tampering scandal. His playing future is uncertain after being stood down with an international outcry for tough action.
Well, Steve Smith is very much used to playing the hero with lavish praise heaped upon him for the past few years, but now he has very much become the villain. And today, here in South Africa, a taste of his new reality.
Listen to the crowd.
Frequent booing, not only for the Australian skipper who relinquished the 3rd Test captaincy today, but also other members of the Australian side. Engulfed in a cheating scandal, the International Cricket Council now formally acknowledges was against the spirit of the game, as if it even needed to be said.
The leadership group knew about it. We spoke about it at lunch, and I'm not proud of what's happened.
For conspiring with senior members of the Australian team to coerce batsman Cameron Bancroft to tamper with the ball, Smith has not only been fined his entire match fee but also suspended from the 4th and final test in South Africa.
The Australian Cricket Board might go a little bit tougher on Stephen Smith as the captain, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Bancroft was fined 75% of his fee himself, but will take the field in Johannesburg in a few days' time.
He's done what he did, but I think the coercement is a big major factor.
What is less clear today is the fate of Australian vice-captain David Warner. He stood down from his leadership position along with Steve Smith, with Tim Payne leading the team today.
How does it feel to be Australian Test captain?
Strange, yeah, not the circumstances that anyone would like to be sitting here, that's for sure, but yeah, really bizarre, strange, horrible 24 hours.
Cricket Australia issued an extraordinary apology to fans overnight. Officials are here to conduct an investigation into all those responsible, as the Australian Sports Commission says suspensions do not go far enough, that those involved ought to be sacked.
I don't think it will stop there. I think once Cricket Australia finish their investigations, there's going to be a lot more serious consequences for Stephen Smith. 2 investigators from Cricket Australia have arrived in South Africa tonight. They're going to try and get to the bottom of this.
We have to support these guys. The shame, gee whiz, Steve Smith doesn't sleep too well now by all reports. They're going to have to live with this forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
The scandal has been front-page news in Great Britain and obviously here in South Africa, with the integrity of the Australian team's sportsmanship now obliterated, sponsorship agreements now under threat, and at a time the cricketing body is negotiating for broadcast rights, the damage is simply incalculable. It will be up to Cricket Australia to decide what further sanctions Steve Smith and the leadership team face once its investigation is completed.
And that ends Trukai Sports for this evening. More on that scandal in Sports Scene at 8 p.m. right here on MTV. Now we go for a break. When we come back, the weather details for the next 24 hours.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
The weather details were proudly brought to you by Dulux, celebrating 50 years in PNG and the only paint made in PNG.
A look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Fine weather expected in Alota, showers in Port Moresby and Kerma as well as in Popondetta, partly cloudy for Daru. To the Momasa region, showers and rain expected in Leh and Wau, a few showers in Madang, showers as well for Wewak and Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands region, thundery showers expected in Lorengau, brief showers for Kavieng, Kokopo, Rabaul, Kimbe and Buka. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, all these major centres can expect thundery showers over the next 24 hours with morning fog.
The weather details were proudly brought to you by Dulux, celebrating 50 years in PNG and the only paint made in PNG.
And that's the news, sport and weather for today, Monday the 26th of March 2018. On behalf of the MTV News team, have a pleasant working week. Good night.